How exactly can one exist in a life riddled with opportunity after opportunity to let their provocative, violent psychoses take center stage? Can this man's life be called as such when he seems so forced to live his life disguised as another? Dressed from bowler hat to shined shoe, in the proclivities of his own imagination's take on what the world wants to see, of what the fair sex needs to hear, of what we all have coming to us. But when the world comes knocking, and it demands pristine corpses and wholesale parts, well, then I suppose it is a far sight easier to let the bloodlust take the wheel and grab a bit of well-deserved shut-eye in the meantime. He can be trusted, of course. I mean, he is a part of you, after all.
Waiting for the break of day, searching for something to say, dancing lights across the sky, yeah. Giving up, I close my eyes, sitting cross-legged on the floor, 25 or 64.
Yeah, but the problem with that is...
And if I don't feel like doing it, then whatever, I just won't do it.
I'm so super fucking lazy.
I am too, dude.
That's
like,
the biggest problem.
But if you just keep in your mind to try to do that every time, if you do it 1 time out of 10, that's still more.
Yeah, I hear you. I get it.
Because, dude, it's tough. No, dude, I fucking understand. It is so goddamn hard keeping your... Because you want to be able to just relax in your fucking bed, and, like, if something falls on the floor, well, I don't feel like dealing with that. You know, something's on the side, you got a couple cups.
That's literally why I just use plastic cups, because when there's no more room for shit, I just throw it all away. Yeah. Anyways. All right.
Welcome
to...
another
super duper
episode of
This American Life,
starring
See No, Hear No, Speak No,
the UFOs, conspiracy, and Moida.
Yes.
And also, you can email us at snhnsnpod@gmail.com,
or
comment on Podbean,
or
comment on,
or
comment,
or
no,
or then. That's how that goes, right?
no, and then. No, it's and then. And then.
I'm not doing it. Whoa.
Oh, that was a spike.
Yeah, man.
Cut that out.
Your laugh is like a goddamn hurricane.
Seismic pulse.
Here I am, laughing like a hurricane. Oh, you know what I wanted to do? And I can still do it. I'm gonna plug some headphones and see, because the thing is the reason James got the illustrious attempt at saying the UFOs, conspiracies, and murders part, which he did okay, I suppose.
Well, I didn't want to steal too much of his thunder. You know, I didn't want to steal his whole thing. You know, I didn't want to have to make up the little in between insertion between Moida. But yeah, Chris isn't here.
No, he's not. Although he does have a pretty serious collection of lightning and thunder. That's James is stealing.
Yeah.
His thunder.
Rock you like a hurricane.
No. If we're gonna be singing the Scorpions,
Rock you.
we are gonna sing. I can't whistle. Winds of Change, man. It's a good song.
I don't know. I don't know the Scorpions. I just know that one song.
Take me to the magic of the moment of a glory night, where the children of tomorrow dream their weave.
No, honestly, like I've never.
Wind of change.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
I just wanted to sing it, really, more than anything.
If it wasn't on Guitar Hero, I don't know it.
It was on Guitar Hero 2.5.
I didn't play that one. I don't know it. I played 3 Legends of Rock Was that the one?
That was the DJ Hero one. Yeah.
No. What? No.
Yeah. That's what I hear.
World Tour.
That's
good.
No. That's the one where you actually went on tour.
That one was good. Good.
It didn't pay that well. The Coke was great. Man.
Yeah. Coke.
Anyway, so Chris isn't here.
Sorry, buddy.
And we did.
He has a great view, though.
It's not that we didn't tell him that we were going to do this tonight. It's that we didn't tell him. He is currently, if I can release this, and he is still out. He said that he was going to be home on Friday-ish, something like that. And then I called him, or we spoke on Monday, and I was like, "Hey, record." He's like, "No, because I'm going to be in North Carolina, South Carolina." He's going to be one of the Carolinas, hunting for crystals.
Is that? Yeah, I didn't get any of the notifications for that, and it was too much for me to read, so I didn't.
Hunting for crystals.
That's cool. Well, good luck with that, Chris.
You should have read it, because I told Chris that that's the gayest thing that's come out of his mouth since your dick.
That's the only message I read out of that, honestly. I just didn't even bother context. I was like, good enough.
Yeah, that was the best. I think that was the best one anyway, so it's okay. It's quite all right. But he's not here today. But he won't be here tomorrow either. Let's just put it that way. Unless
he's in a better place, is what we're trying to say.
We're saying that if you guys don't pony up the fucking ransom, he's never getting out of that fucking bathroom closet.
Yeah.
That's what he said, but it's not our ransom. He's got himself in there.
No, he wants money, or else he's gonna stay in there.
It's a weird thing, but tonight,
tonight,
night of all beautiful, illustrious evenings.
And nights.
It's 9:19 p.m. That's nighttime, evening.
Yeah.
Area of working. Is the first episode in at least one, maybe two, possibly three episode series of the wonderful Herman Webster Mudgett. Oh wait, what? You don't?
Who?
You don't know that name? Herman Webster Mudgett. He went by another name, Coco the Clown.
What?
No, H.H. Holmes.
What?
Yeah.
So I actually have a confession.
Yes, my son.
But
no.
So
no. Pants off first. Let's do this right. We're in church. No, I'm just kidding. We're not in church. We're in my room. Jesus Christ.
Okay. As much as we talk about H.H. Holmes, I've always faked knowing who he is. I literally have no idea. I have no clue what H.H. Holmes is. I've played you for a fool this whole time.
No.
This whole time you've thought I knew, and I did
No, the fun part about all of this is that I think that's adorable, because I knew the whole fucking time that you didn't know who he was. A.
Oh, shit.
B. That's so exciting to me, because I get to tell you who H.H. Holmes is. Let's start out with a little tiny bit of his little tiny Mudgett life. I will say,
little stupid Mudgett.
I will say that a lot of the names at the beginning of his life are both ridiculous and hilarious, and harder for me to get through than Russian names. So. Herman Webster Mudgett was born in Gilmanton, New Hampshire. I meant to say.
Okay.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. He was the son of Levi Horton Mudgett. Oh, come on. No, they get better. And Theodate Page Price.
That's a girl's name?
His mother's name was Theodate.
It looks like a fake Greek version of Theodore.
Yeah.
Like somebody was just like off the top of their head, like, oh, what would my Greek name be? Theodate.
Theodate Page Price.
Gross.
They were descended from among the first settlers to the area. So they were like pilgrims, only the kids of kids of kids of. Mm-hmm. And the fact that the pilgrims are a myth in general. That's a thing for another episode, though. We will talk about the lie that is the colonization
We never found America, people. Wake the fuck up.
No,
Plymouth
Rock landed on us. So, he grew up with a father who was Levi Horton. Man, Levi Horton Mudgett is just like the coolest name.
If you say so.
He was a very strict disciplinarian, and he was often bullied as a child. Not Levi, but Herman, because his name was Herman Webster Mudgett. I had to kick that kid's ass too. He went on to claim later that as a child, he'd been forced by other kids to view and to touch a human skeleton after they found out about his fear of the local doctor's office. Which, wow, man. Like,
That's fucked up.
Yeah. You're afraid of dogs? Well, put your nose in this one's asshole. That'll teach you.
Something you need to talk about, sir?
I need you to put my dog down. I was just joking. The bullies had initially brought him there to scare him because he was afraid of the doctor's office or whatever. And so here's a skeleton, touch it. And then, but instead, though, he found himself to be utterly fascinated by it.
Like this Taco Bell packet.
Utterly fascinating and loud, believe it or not. I can hear that quite well.
Really?
Yeah. It's crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Man, hot sauce laying all over my floor. So they brought him in there to be like, look at you, you're an idiot, you're afraid.
Stupid pussy bitch.
And then he just walks out with like the hugest boner, you know?
Dude, that was
amazing.
That was the greatest thing in my fucking life.
Guys, do you know where any more of these fucking skeleton things are?
Let me touch your bone.
I want to touch your bones.
Let me touch your bones, bro.
Oh, so Herman graduated from the University of Michigan. Ooh, look at me not taking my own advice and having the sound for my fucking phone.
Yeah, you told me to silence my phone.
Yeah.
You're over here boobity boop boop.
I am boobity boop boop.
Yeah, man.
So there. How about that? How about boobity boop? Shut up. How
Hey.
about, what?
That was really mean, dude.
I know. That's why I said it.
Don't.
So Herman, unlike many of the failures that we talk about on the show as far as serial killing goes, actually graduated the University of Michigan Medical School in 1884. So this dude was a doctor, or at least he got a degree at a medical school. While he was enrolled in said college, he would steal bodies from the school lab. He would disfigure the corpses and claim that the people had been accidentally killed. He would then collect insurance money from policies that he had taken out on each one.
What?
So there's two things that already we can
Just two?
that we can ascertain from Mr. Mudgett. God, that's so good. And those are that A, he is fascinated by the macabre, and B, he is a fucking scam artist. Like a scam artist to the nth degree, and meaning he will fucking go to any degree for money.
It also shows that insurance companies do not keep any kind of track of records. For one guy to have like 19 different life insurance policies out on 19 different like people.
Hey, man.
Well, you didn't give me a number, but
They were like good friends and stuff, man. You know, like he's a really good guy, man. But really number 3 is he's patient. He graduated medical school.
well, do you think? Excuse me.
I think I'm boring you.
Do you think he like had murder thoughts in his mind, like as a thing, like okay, so for me to do this, I have to go to school and do this, or do you think that was just?
You know what?
This series of events is the series of how he.
I think that Human Anatomy did actually truly fascinate him. I think that he had a strange infatuation with it. I don't believe that it was a sexual one in any way, like a lot of killers have. I don't believe that it was a necessarily. I mean, he was infatuated with money, and in any way that he could get it, he was going to do that. But I don't think that he went into medical school just for the scam of it. So I'm a little torn there because dude went to and finished medical school while he has this other whole deal going on. So after he graduates, he moved to Chicago to practice as a pharmacist. He also would, he began engaging in quite a few shady business, real estate, and promotional deals and practices under the assumed name of H.H. Holmes.
Oh, I know that guy.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah.
On July 8th of 1878, he married the lucky lady named Clara A. Lovering.
Is that supposed to sound familiar to me?
Clara A. Lovering. I just love that her last name is Lovering.
That is a pretty cool name.
She
Sounds
was
like some Harry Potter shit.
It
Sounds like Luna Lovegood.
I think it's a little lazy for Harry Potter, really. Luna Lovegood Ring.
Luna loves good rings.
She's a child, James.
Mudgett was born in Gilman, New Hampshire.
So Clara was from Alton, New Hampshire. I'm sorry, New Hampshire. On January 28th, 1887, he married Mirta Z. Belknap.
What the fuck?
Hey, you shut up. You shut your stupid mouth.
What was that? Repeat that, sir.
Okay. On July 8th, 1878, Holmes married Clara A. Lovering of Alton, New Hampshire. Period.
Okay.
And then, wait, new sentence. On January 28th, 1887, he married Mirta Z. Belknap.
Thanks.
In Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Thanks.
If you were asking yourself, as I was, he was still married to Lovering at the time, making him a bigamist. Bop, ba-da-da, bop. They should call it a smallamist.
Wait, so he's racist?
No, he had 2 wives at the same time. That's a bigamy.
Well, no, yeah, that's racism.
No, it's not.
They're like, you're a bigamist.
No, a bigot is different than a bigamist.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, there's 2 different. Okay.
They are.
Those are 2 different words.
2 different words. Shoosh. He and Miss Belknap would go on to have a daughter named Lucy Theodate Holmes, because Lord knows we can't let that name die out. Born on the 4th of July, 1889, in Inglewood, Illinois.
That's actually pretty cool.
Born on the 4th of July, Lucy Theodate Holmes. Which isn't even his real last name, by the way.
Yeah, he just chose some random alias and made it his daughter's legal name.
Well, he used to hang out with a bunch of Mexican guys, and all the Mexican guys would be like, "So Holmes."
They're like, "Oh, that must be my name."
And you're like, "Wow, they think that's my name." You know what?
I think I quite like this.
Yes, I will be H. Holmes for the alliteration. That's right. He was just running one day. Holmes. Oh, so H. Holmes? Sure, whatever. Stupid. The family of 3, being Miss Belknap and Mr. Mudgett and Miss Lucy Theodate Holmes, lived in the upscale Chicago suburb.
These are the ugliest fucking names, dude.
They're terrible. It's so bad. They lived in the Chicago suburb of Willamette, although Holmes did spend most of his time in the city tending to business. He filed a petition for divorce from his first wife after marrying his second, but the divorce was never finalized. Now, here's where it gets a little simpler. He married his third wife, Georgina Yoke. Yes, this is starting to sound a whole lot like a yoke. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Joke.
Ba-dum-tsh. Rim shot.
Oh, he married his third wife on January 9th, 1894. So in other words, he was a dick, man. He was a terrible, just, you know what? I think that some people have, trouble breaking up with someone.
Listen, you just don't understand the hip hop lifestyle.
No, I do. I think I do understand the hip hop lifestyle.
No.
In that, it's you have to jump everywhere all the time, and then like your hips are always like, my hips,
and you're always dipping, and then you dip and I dip, we dip.
And then my pants, man, I can't. Okay, serious question from Jason for real life here. How do pants stay on if they are under the butt?
Hold them.
No. Hands free. I have seen people walk down the street.
Oh, you gotta.
No belt.
You gotta do the spread. You gotta.
But they don't look like they're walking like ducks.
You gotta like. Do like.
But why? Why not just pull your pants up and walk like a normal fucking human being?
You gotta keep that shit triangular.
I am all for letting your pants sag a bit, man. I do it myself, right? But when I can,
fuck yeah, no, fucking that like cowboy, like right up along the hip line at all times, super tight, squeezing my bladder.
But
like,
that,
no, let me sag just a little bit.
No, that motherfucker though leaves the house saying my entire ass worth of ass is hanging out of these pants, and I'm gonna wear a fucking a goddamn sleeveless goddamn wife beater that ends at my waist, that I know for a fact doesn't cover up my completely bare ass. What?
Exactly what people are you talking about here, Jason?
James. Dun dun.
That is what I usually wear.
Yeah. Hint. So that's a little bit about his boring yet Jerry Springer-esque, or maybe it's more Maury. I think it's more Maury. It's H.H. Holmes. You are the Mudgett.
And then all the wives start doing backflips and cartwheels out the studio.
Mm-hmm. I told him
he was a Mudgett.
Man, I told him he was a Mudgett.
Like, your last name is Mudgett. It's not.
You are the... Wait. We just did that joke. I did. I can't do the same joke twice.
Shut up,
you
Chris.
Do it this time. I'll wait.
H.H. Holmes, you are the Mudgett.
Nah, I wasn't that good. So, Holmes.
English.
I wanted to just say Holmes, which is how it's pronounced. But there's an L in there.
Holmes.
So when I read it, I'm like Holmes. So Holmes, he moves to Chicago because in the late 1800s, where else are you gonna move? What?
Chicago.
Okay, see now I'm never going to Chicago.
Chicago.
I don't like it.
That's the only 2 words I know out of the entire play. I've never seen it. And I don't think I've ever heard that song all the way through.
The only 2 words that I know from that entire play is Chicago.
And there's the title.
And Chicago.
It's the title, and it's repeated twice, and it's the 2 words I know.
Man.
Out of the play Chicago.
I know 6 trillion words from that play, and they're all Chicago. So while in Chicago...
Chicago.
Holmes comes across Dr. E.S. Holton's drugstore. Now, as we remember, he had designs on being a druggist of sorts, a pharmacist, if you will. So that's what they did call them, druggists.
Are they really called druggists?
Sometimes. I call them that all the time.
That sounds like an old person's like slur for someone that smokes weed.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking druggist.
You dirty, long-haired druggist.
You're a fucking druggist.
I like it, though. I like it a lot. I think it's going to catch on.
Let's make it a thing. Just like an emotional upskirt.
Man. See, I've been relatively happy lately, so I haven't had reason to bring out emotional upskirt.
There's been a lack of emotional upskirt.
Yeah. There's been a real lack of...
my skirt has stayed gravitated and secured.
Happy down blouse.
Happy downs.
Happy down blouses. So, the Holton's drugstore was located at the corner of Wallace and 63rd Street in the neighborhood of Inglewood. All you people living in Inglewood, go check it out. I'm sure it's still there, and I'm sure it's booming. Holton suffered from cancer, which... back then had to be just as bad as cancer is today, I would suppose, if not worse. Like a super cancer kind of thing.
What? What's going on?
Holton had super cancer.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And so Holton's wife would mind the store, the druggist shop. So through Holmes's impeccable dress and manner of speaking and charm in general, he got a job there, and then he wormed his way into the wife liking him, and he manipulated her into letting him buy the store, the pharmacy. The agreement was that she could still live in the upstairs apartment even after Holton, the rightful owner, died. And once Holton did, in fact, die, Holmes then murdered Miss Holton and told people she was just visiting relatives in California.
Wait, so this is the first murder?
This is the first. He took action and did it himself.
And it's just out of nowhere.
I mean, it's not out of nowhere. It's for a pharmacy. And he doesn't want this bitch hanging around no more.
Oh, true. He had to pop a cap in her
The
ass.
weird thing, though, is that he waited for the guy to die of cancer before he killed the wife to get her to move out. Why not just kill them both?
Because then that way, one, you only have the guilt of one murder on your mind.
I don't think he's got the guilt.
And then, well, he didn't know that. It's the first one he's done himself.
Why I said I think.
Yeah, well, I think.
I'm listening. Yeah.
That's a statement, I think.
Okay, therefore you...
I think. Therefore, I think. I think, therefore...
I think I can. So, people started asking questions, like, hey, that lady that was here all the time that owned the place with her husband, where is she and when is she coming back? And he was like, oh, she's in California visiting family and stuff. And then he would start to say that, oh, you know what? She likes California so much that she's decided to live there. Because most people do that. They're like, I'm going to go visit family for a week, and then they just don't come back because they're so happy. So Holmes ended up purchasing an empty lot across from the drugstore where he built his... he would go on to build his 3-story, 1 city block long castle.
It was really a city. Well, how big is a city block?
It's about as big as a block in a city.
But there's so many different sizes.
Well, just take a pick, and it's that. Just
whoa,
yeah,
jeez, dude,
right?
that's huge.
It's pretty big. They called it a castle for a reason.
That's big. Good job, sir. That's the biggest one I've ever seen.
It was dubbed the castle by those people that lived in the neighborhood there, and it was opened as a hotel for the World's Columbian Exposition in 1893. And part of the structure was also used as commercial space. But something very neat about the World Columbian Exposition of 1893 is that I have a ticket, like an actual, honest-to-God, hold in your hand entrance ticket for the World's Columbian Exposition of 1893. I don't have it out right now, but James did see it last time he came over, and it does, in fact, exist. It's kind of neat. I also have recently fallen into possession of 2 tokens, metal coin daily tokens from this thing, which makes this whole story and visiting it now that much more real to me, because those things were in that city at the exact same time when this monster was doing his monstrous deeds.
And it was being held by people that went to his mansion.
I mean, that wasn't a requirement to go to the World's Fair.
Wait, you're saying like a ticket, right?
Like a ticket to the World Columbian Exposition, not to H.H. Holmes' castle.
Wait. I thought you just said... I'm sorry, am I not following along?
I don't think you're listening at all. But that's
you
okay.
said... Okay, it was opened as a hotel.
As a hotel
oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought you said it was open as a hotel to host it.
Oh, no. The World's Fair is a huge, well,
I was confused about that as well.
Many city blocks large, not just one.
I was confused about that.
Yeah, it's okay.
That's all right. I'm very... Continue.
James is high as balls, guys. So the ground floor of the castle contained, aside from his own relocated drugstore... hold on, my shit fell asleep.
I thought Melissa was in here.
Nope. I don't think so. What, have you been on your good behavior? So the ground floor of the castle contained, aside from his own relocated drugstore, it had various shops, like a jeweler was there, and some other stuff. Like, I think there's a guy that sold lamps, probably.
That's nice.
What else could have been there? Let's think. In 1895.
Plant store, botanist shop.
Okay, a botanist shop. Isn't a botanist more of a plant scientist, and not someone that sells begonias on the corner?
I mean, if they grow and breed them themselves, then they're botanists. You don't necessarily have to have a degree in a title to be a botanist.
I think that you should.
Yeah, but it's not. You don't have to.
But you can't say that, because
that's why you don't make the rules.
Okay, look. When I hear that someone's a botanist, I expect them to be an authority on fucking plants.
When I hear someone's no, never mind. Continue.
Okay. The two upper floors of his hotel, his murder castle, if you will, contained his personal office as well as a maze of over 100 windowless rooms.
Jesus Christ.
Along with doorways that would open to brick walls, oddly angled hallways, stairways to nowhere, doors that could only be opened from the outside, and a host of other strange, labyrinthian, dealy things. He would repeatedly change the builders and the workers during the construction of the castle to ensure that no one actually knew the layout of the castle. So only he would be able to duck in and out of all his little cubby holes and crannies and such. Mm-hmm. And jump out to be like, surprise!
Here's murder for you.
Oh, I was gonna be like happy anniversary.
Why can't you ever just agree with me?
We were stabbing in the dark. Can't stop the stabbing. Man, Bruce Springsteen, where you went wrong.
Never heard of him.
Springsteen Bruce.
Never heard of him.
Yeah. Something in my...
Man, stop smacking on...
We are inside, and I just fucking ate a bug during recording.
What?
I didn't pick it up off of a plate and pop it in my mouth. James.
Yeah, he did. I just watched him, dude.
I seen him do it.
Sat there and fucking crunched that little motherfucker like right between his teeth,
man.
right between the pearly whites.
It's my guilty pleasure. I'm not that guilty about
it.
I
was about to say you don't seem very guilty about it.
He's
quite proud of it.
So he would hire people to build his shit, and then like 2 days before they were supposed to be finished with the section that they were doing, he would fire them and not pay them. And then he'd hire somebody else to come in and quote unquote finish with completely new things to do, and then he would rinse and repeat. He got sued a lot.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he got sued a lot, which good for him, I guess. He would also over a period of 3 years, he would handpick female victims from among his employees, many of whom were required as a condition of employment to take out life insurance policies for which Holmes would pay the premiums, but also be the sole beneficiary, which reminds me of the fucking paperwork that Blockbuster made me sign to work there.
It reminds me of Hillary Clinton fighting for Walmart to have the legal right to hire old people explicitly with the expectation that they're going to die, and they have life insurance policies out on them.
Well, I mean, that just sounds like good business practice to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I heard that your boss has a life insurance policy out on you because he expects you to die there.
What?
And he did say in a terrible fire with big air quotes, though. So I don't know what he meant by that exactly.
I think it just means it won't be that bad of a fire.
It'll be
I'll just really pathetically die.
It'll be a shitty fire, man. What a terrible fire that was.
die from like getting my hair caught on like an incense stick as I lighted.
Oh, and then all of his friends are like, we always knew he would go that way.
We always knew that incense would be his downfall.
Can you do me a huge favor? Can you let Darcy out of the room, please?
Darcy, get the fuck out of here.
Hey, man, don't talk to Darcy like that. Jesus Christ. Let Eleanor out, too. Yeah. Dee Dee, go. Good girl.
Bye.
And then shut it all away. So they can't get back in. Whoa!
Wait, so alright, so H.H. Holmes.
That's who we're talking about. Yeah,
This
you're right.
guy.
You're right, yes. Uh-huh.
Midget.
Yep.
Mudgett.
Herman Webster Mudgett.
Didn't they make like one of the seasons of American Horror Story based off of him? The one where Lady Gaga gets like rammed every episode?
Like
Hotel?
Well, she gets rammed every hotel?
Yeah, she gets rammed every episode. And Hotel is the season, I think. Oh yeah, dude, no. Like
I haven't seen it. No.
The first like 5 episodes for at least 30 to a minute and a half. 30 seconds to a minute and a half. You just see Lady Gaga getting her ass smashed. Like very long sex scenes.
Oh, okay. I was still finding a way to ask sex scene or
brutal violence against her butt.
Is she getting destroyed with a pipe wrench or
just
is
pipe?
She getting destroyed by a pipe wrench? But yes, probably.
God, you make this show so gay.
Why? I'm talking about Lady Gaga.
Yeah, she's really hot.
Is she?
I think so.
I mean, I think she's attractive. I wouldn't say hot though.
I think she's really hot.
I mean, she's talented though. I'll give her that.
Oh yeah, hella.
Mm-hmm. Hella. Hello. Shut up.
Shut up, Chris.
Chris, wherever you are.
Shut up.
And whatever crystals you're gazing at under the starry night.
Whatever crystal meth you're gazing at between your floorboards.
He is in South Carolina. Man. So, where were we? I forget. Where were we?
I don't know, man. You think I'm listening to these episodes?
No, I honestly know that you're not. Before he would kill these people, women, victims, people in general, some of which, since it was a hotel meant for people that were going to the Columbian Exposition, were there by themselves. They were just like, hey, I'm gonna go see me that World's Fair that they talking about. I heard there's a big old pig.
Because the World's Fair lasts for a while, doesn't it? It's like a couple weeks.
Like a year? Maybe?
No, there's
no.
What the fuck? A year?
I don't know, man. Fuck, I was literally a year old when we had the New Orleans World's Fair. I went to it though.
Apparently, dude, my boss tells me stories about it because he remembers it, and it sounds fucking wild. It sounds crazy.
It sounded like it was just the coolest party. Really, it did.
Dude, like he tells me about like they built like a monorail system between the West Bank and New Orleans, and they had like a big ass like rocket set up in the middle of the goddamn city. And
I just handed James an unopened. No, don't you do that. An unopened pack of filtered cigarettes, king size lights from the 1984 New Orleans World's Fair.
Ooh, can I read the bag?
Yes, you may.
Louisiana World Expo, the symbol of quality. We invite you to try our symbol of quality, made with the finest tobaccos. Find this same quality seal symbol on the top of the packs, available in your hometown stores. Be assured of quality, and always at a savings compared to name brands.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Louisiana World's Fair cigarettes.
This looks like a really classy pack of cigarettes.
It does.
I like that.
It really does. It's got like the cool like shine there.
Yeah, it's like silver on white.
Man.
So it's a white pack with like a blue circle outlined in silver, and it says 84, and that's what it sounds like.
Crinkle, crinkle.
Yeah, crinkle, crinkle.
I bet they're delicious too. I really. I'm gonna go ahead and hazard a guess that they taste fucking amazing.
Ooh, and wait, is there? Yeah, there's a little bit of tobacco on each side. That's kind of
a little leaked out tobacco over the last fucking 36 years. And on the side though, just for all of you smokers out there, warning: The Surgeon General has determined that cigarette smoking is dangerous to your health.
Back in '84, they had that on the pack.
I know, man. Like, did he fucking say that into a pterodactyl? That chiseled
No,
it into...
I'm genuinely surprised that back in
that we knew that cigarettes were dangerous?
because everyone makes it sound so recent. I mean, I'm born in '99. My earliest memories are in like '05. I don't know shit.
When you were being born, I was walking around the Esplanade Mall, which is our local mall, people. And
it's a dead local mall.
Well, now, yeah, every local mall is a dead mall.
Not Lakeside. Lakeside's still popping.
Lakeside's not a local mall.
What?
Not for us, it's not. But we used to walk around and smoke cigarettes inside the mall. They used to have ashtrays just like where garbage cans and shit are now. Yeah, it's fucking weird to think that I used to just walk around the mall inside smoking cigarettes.
I can't even vape inside the mall.
I mean, you can. They'll tell you to stop, but you can.
Okay? Well, then you can smoke inside the malls too.
I mean, technically, you can jack off inside a mall too until
someone
tells you to stop. He would ask these ladies that he would handpick for often to not only have their life insurance policies paid for by him, but also pay out to only him. But he would ask them to write letters to their relatives or friends explaining that they'd be going away for a while so that their absences wouldn't be noticed. So there were two women in particular, one of them pregnant, who were told if they wrote the letters, he would set them free. But of course, being a consummate gentleman that he was, Mr. Mudgett, Mr. Herman Webster Mudgett, killed him right after they signed the thingies. Oh, James, I have this,
and that's dumb too.
I have this thing I need you to sign.
Oh, yeah. Where is it? No, but that's dumb. Why would you... If this guy's threatening to kill you, and then it's like, hey, I'm going to kill you unless you write a letter to your parents explaining your disappearance, and then I'll let you go free to be seeing your parents. How does that make any sense? You would probably be back with your parents by the time the letter arrived through them from the post office.
You know,
that's stupid. I'd be like, what? No, fuck you.
Why are trees blue and the sky's green? Why? I mean, I did do a whole lot of acid earlier.
Why are we here?
Because God and stuff.
Hey, man. Don't push your religion onto me. Respect my freedom of religion in this here country that we reside in.
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Okay. So, in his confessions later on, because he did eventually be like, hey, yeah, whatever. He said...
I did it.
He wrote, these two were particularly sad deaths, both on account of the victims being exceptionally upright and virtuous women, and because Miss Sarah Cook, had she lived, would have soon become a mother. Which...
Ooh, 2-for-1 special.
Oh, James. That's...
Oh, man.
Man, that's pretty funny, actually. Yeah.
Spawn kill.
Because it was technically a boarding house, the castle had a reception room.
Okay, last one. In a boarding house? All right, continue.
Wait, what?
In a boarding house.
A boarding house.
Yeah, in a boarding house. Yeah.
I'm sad.
One of them, which the media dubbed... Oh, wait, no, it's too far.
No. The castle had a reception room, a waiting room, and several rooms for residents in general. Aside from those and some hallways, the house was comprised of secret chambers, trapdoors, hidden laboratories, and rooms that were just completely devoted to killing people. One of them, which the media had dubbed the Vault... Oh, you know what? That reminds me to tell you guys out there the thing that I told James just before we started the show. When we gave you horror movie recommendations last week, I said watch The Witch, or as it is actually spelled out, The Vivitch.
The Vivitch.
Yeah, just fucking find it. It's really good. But I said, and The Vault, which technically still a horror movie and still okay. But nowhere near as good as the movie that I actually wanted to say, which is The Void.
The Princess Diaries.
The Princess Diaries is so goddamn good, though, man.
I used to watch them on VHS when I was like 6.
What's a VHS, man?
Oh.
Okay. We're old.
So the movie he meant to recommend was called The Void.
Yeah, please. Please.
Not The Vault, The Void.
Please watch The Void. It's so good.
I hear it's very good.
Me too, which is weird because I said it. I hear voices in my head.
The Vault
The Void.
was a walk-in movie.
It was a walk-in movie? What? Oh, it was a walk-in room with iron walls and gas jets that Holmes could control from his bedroom.
That's cool as shit.
There was a dumbwaiter for lowering bodies and a hanging chamber. He had a medieval torture rack in the basement and a greased chute that went from the roof to the basement so that he could dump bodies. He had a maze that he would send his victims through, and a terrifying, as this writer writes, quote-unquote, blind room. Ouch.
What's a blind room?
It's a room that can't see.
Okay.
We're in a blind room right now, actually. Yeah. Poor room. It's always sad when they're not, like, born that way. Like, when you lose the thing, you know? Because if you never had it, then what are you missing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, go fuck yourself. You're not real.
Exactly. So,
50 First Dates is a terrible movie, by the way. I keep looking at you and catching
mine.
it.
It's not mine. Look.
Is it Melissa's?
Yeah, it's gone. See?
Good. Fuck that movie.
And actually, it's a pretty good soundtrack, though.
Yeah, but a soundtrack is just other people's music.
Yeah, I know.
Just jammed together.
Yeah, I know.
So it doesn't do anything good.
It did something.
It makes a good playlist.
It did something right, though.
I make good playlists all the time. I don't win Oscars for it.
I don't think they did either. I was throwing out Oscars.
God, why the fuck is my laugh so loud?
Because you keep getting real close to the mic just to laugh.
I'm not.
It's okay.
I gotta make sure they hear how happy I am.
So several of these rooms were completely airtight and had no windows. One of them fitted with iron plates, another lined with asbestos. There was an asphyxiation chamber with gas jets that could be turned into blowtorches, perhaps to roast people alive.
Oh, that's so cool, though. That's so cool, though.
Man. When police had eventually inspected the castle after Holmes was in jail, they were rightfully, and as would be expected, horrified. Fuck, man. This is the 1800s, and this dude has built an honest-to-God evil lair.
I was gonna say, dude, like, the best part about this so far is that it's in the 1800s. Most people couldn't make this now.
No.
Like, if they,
no.
really tried.
But see, that's another thing, though, is that this is kind of, at the same time, only possible in the 1800s, because there aren't a bunch of fucking people asking nosy-ass questions until shit starts happening, you know what I mean? And, like, I don't know, it's today, if I were trying to build some kind of weird chamber under this fucking room, I'd have to deal with 30 different fucking city officials. I'd have to...
Oh, yeah, there's no way.
I wouldn't be able to kill all of them.
It's not like the industrial age anymore. You can't just be building shit and jackhammering away and it's normal.
Right. And like, you can't just be like...
It's like, wait, most of the shit's already built. What are you doing?
Yeah. Like, where's Jim Bob? I heard he was working for you last. I was like, I think I heard about him falling off a pier somewhere.
Oh, well, let me check his Snapchat real quick.
Yeah.
And it's a video of him being tortured in your basement. Man. And then...
You should really have your own Snapchat account. What happened? Is there a ghost? What happened?
I don't know, man. I wish I had my gun on me. That was scary. We're going to get attacked, dude. I feel like someone I don't know, whoever's breaking in your house right now.
I mean, a lot of people live here, man. We have, like, keys to get in and out.
Okay, man. If you say so.
I did, just threw a yawn. There were claw marks on the walls of the vault from people who would try to escape. In the basement, there was a blood-stained dissecting table and surgical instruments. There was a vat of acid with human bones in it, and piles of quicklime, one of which yielded a girl's dress. There was an enormous stove to burn bodies, and a stovepipe with human hair in it. Now, they found skulls, shoulder blade, ribs, hip socket, countless other remains. They also found all his fucking victims' belongings that he would keep, as many serial killers do. Watches, buttons, pictures, half burnt lady shoes. That's a weird thing to put in the article that you're writing.
Yeah.
Half burned lady shoes.
So the stove to burn bodies in was like an incinerator, basically.
Yeah.
They're just using the word stove.
Or, being the time period it was, could just have been like a
Dutch
huge
oven
pot-bellied stove. Like an iron.
dang pot-bellied stove.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
what, are you drugged? That's right.
There.
Call an ambulance, that's right. Please come, my dad. All he said, he just keeps saying that's right over and over again, and there's nothing.
That's right.
Oh my god, it's getting worse.
Right.
You know what? Don't come. I hope he's died. I hope he dies.
I hope he's died.
I hope he's died. And I didn't smoke. Man.
Oh, hey, sorry for that cough, Jason.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. So, see, the thing about Holmes is, even though he's doing all this fucking monster shit, right?
Yeah.
It's that he did it. I don't know. Well, I can't say for sure that he did it because of or for this reason, but all of the bodies that he ended up with, because like those things, they pile up pretty quick to the point where you're like,
they're quite large.
like, what am I gonna do with all these bodies, man? I was like, first like one or two I could take care of, and like I could feed them and walk them and stuff, but this has just gotten a little crazy too fast. It's like
me with plants.
it's like maybe it's a little overwhelming sometimes to have that many bodies. James, I need to show you something.
James, I need you to sign something real quick.
So what Holmes would do would, he had a scheme that worked in college, and by God, it would work again. So he would take the bodies of the murdered unfortunate, and he would sell them to medical schools.
Oh, hey, like my buddy Gore.
Wait, what?
My I forget his first name, but Gore at the BRC, the
Yeah.
body research.
I mean, kinda, but he didn't kill the people.
Yeah, true.
He just cut their heads off and sewed them onto big fat dudes' bodies.
And
That is still just the weirdest.
oh guys, check this out! It's so funny, and then everyone laughs.
In a story that includes a fridge full of penises,
Yeah, that's always the one that I want to say.
the thing that stays with me more than anything is the fact that they cut a fat guy's head off, they cut a tiny lady's head off, and then they took the tiny lady's head and sewed it onto the fat guy.
As a joke.
As a joke.
That other people liked so much that they kept it around.
As a haha.
Yeah, like, hey guys. Fat chick.
We're fucking horrible people.
Yeah.
God, that was a full second of complete real silence. Man, oh man. So,
It really was like a perfect second.
yeah, it was really good. During the castle years, which is what we will call them, this is when Holmes had acquired his second wife. As we said, though, he wasn't divorced from his first one, and he also pursued several other romantic entanglements. That's right.
Holmes, you dirty dog.
Yo, Holmes, you've been putting your dick in too many people. Now he's an old black guy playing chess in the park. That's weird.
Checkmate.
Man, I hate that guy. I don't like playing chess against him at all.
God, that is solid.
Yeah, that's a solid.
That's a rectangle.
Man, I'm gonna turn this down anyway just to do that. There we go.
So I'm not even getting close
Now
to
we
it.
can
I'm
be
like,
as loud as we want. Kinda, yeah. See, we're good now. I could just have a lot of sound editing to do now. Okay, so if these romantic entanglements didn't resolve to his liking, which means they didn't catch the woo that he had been pitching and such, or if one of his girlfriends got a little too needy, just like Vera Bell,
featuring little baby V.
Hi V, how's it doing?
Hey.
Welcome in for the end of the show.
Hey.
What's wrong, baby? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So when these women would get a little too needy for old Mr. Mudgett, the woman in question would simply disappear. He would be like, Alakazam! And they'd go poof to heaven.
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, he was like that.
Why are you glossing over that so fast? I feel like that needs more context.
I don't. One of his relationships was with a certain Minnie Williams, who was a Texas heiress, which means she was next in line on the throne of Texas. Yeah, I think that's what that means. So Minnie's sister Nanny, though, came to visit for the exposition.
I don't know how Nanny is.
Man, Nanny.
I'm Minnie.
I'm Nanny.
Oh, Nina, my name's Nanny, and I'm Minnie's sister. Yeah.
I'm Minnie, and I hate Nanny, and I never tell people that we're related.
Yeah, get over yourself.
Shut up, Nanny.
Stupid idiot.
For the exposition, but they both vanished in 1893. Detectives would later find Nanny's footprint in the vault, to which Holmes admits was made in the violent struggles before her death. Minnie had a will. Can you believe it? Can you believe it that Minnie had a will?
Man, I bet I won't believe who's the only person in her will.
Huh. Okay, well, let's see if you believe this or not. Minnie left everything to H.H. Holmes's personal assistant, Benjamin Peitzel, who lived nearby with his wife and 4 kids. Did you think that was going to happen?
Actually, no. I thought it was...
That's right.
Unless there is no Benjamin Peitzel.
Oh, no, there is.
Oh, it's...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was also a terrible person.
Oh.
So, where you going, Miss V?
She's exploring.
Oh, Vera Clem just woke up from her nap.
No, she's been up.
Oh, she's been up from her nap. She is exploring. So, now we're back. But you didn't even know that we left, so I really...
But now you do, because
I guess I didn't have
mentioned
to
it.
say. So, when Holmes and Peitzel went to Texas to try to collect on Minnie's will, they were almost arrested. So they left, which is what you do when you go to a new place and are almost arrested. This place becomes a place that doesn't need to be a place for you anymore, right? Like
Why
you
were
could
they
just leave.
almost arrested? They knew it was obvious bullshit. Like,
Yes.
wait, hold on a second. So you're telling me?
Yeah. So this heiress who has other family decided to leave it to not you, the man she was seeing, but your assistant.
Put your hands behind your back, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, please come back here.
Look, I know-
Sir, please stop running out of the building.
Look, I know I just work at the post office, but you're under arrest. Because this is bullshit, man.
Sir, this is a Chili's.
And you're under arrest. Just like every time I go to Chili's. Holmes was, however, soon picked up in St. Louis for stealing from a drugstore.
From a druggist?
From a drugger. From a drug dealist.
A drug lord, if you will.
A drug lordist. But he was
Lordist.
he was released shortly afterwards. So for reasons unknown to anyone but Holmes himself, he then chose Philadelphia as the site of his next venture. He insured Peitzel for $10,000 and made Peitzel's wife, Carrie, who stayed behind in St. Louis, the beneficiary. The plan was to fake Peitzel's death, collect the money from the insurance company, and then split the profit between them, which is a dick move on both Holmes and the wife. Because what the shit, man? Melissa,
Yeah.
if you ever take out an insurance policy with James on my life, where
Yeah.
you guys fucking split the goddamn money,
Yeah.
I'm going to call you guys dicks.
He'll do it.
I swear to
And
God,
you
I'll
won't
do
feel
it.
sorry about it.
What do we have to do?
We have to
No,
take out an
no.
insurance policy on him.
No, you
Yeah,
both
we
have to
take
show.
a
I
life
am.
insurance policy on him, and then we kill him and split the money.
Jokes on you, assholes. I am uninsurable. So,
No company will take me.
that's right. So instead, though, and this is instead of the planned death and she's okay.
It just hit her butt.
I know.
Don't fall. Hang on, my hand.
This is a train wreck.
Beer is fun.
Fear is just drunk all the time.
Here. Sorry, excuse us.
She needs her computer.
The joke about babies being like just drunk adults is so overused, but so true.
I'm not super glad this minute, but that's cool. The laptop's usually a friend.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Cut it out.
No, I'm not gonna.
No, this is gold.
I love you, baby.
This is part of the chilling atmosphere.
Man, this is home life, and I love it. This is why we do this here.
Authentic.
Authentic Chilean food. That's what Chili's has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want my baby back, baby back,
Baby back, baby back, baby back.
Chili's authentic
Baby
Chilean
back.
food, straight from Peru. What? You're thinking to yourself, Peru and Chile, same place or different?
Let's discuss.
And obviously, I thought they were the same place, and now I'm not so sure. They could still be.
Judging by crowd reaction, I think I've made a serious misstep.
Huh. Let's cut that part out.
Sir, this is a live show.
Oh, sir, this
You're in
is
front of a live crowd.
at Chili's.
Sir, this is Chili's.
So, so they got the thing out on Peitzel, right?
Yeah.
Holmes and his wife. And then
Yeah, Holmes.
he installed Peitzel in a fake patent dealership at 1316 Callow Hills Street. What's a patent dealership?
A patent deal.
Is that where you could like?
Yeah, you can take one of these bad boys out for a spin right now.
Yeah.
This patent's got all-wheel drive, baby.
Yeah. Because it's the patent for all-wheel drive. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. For the low price of whatever the fuck. I don't know what patents
Prices
cost.
were.
I mean, I know what prices.
What
are.
was
I
the
mean,
money back then?
It
What did
was-
they use? They used like shells. They used like little macaroni noodles.
I was farts in a small can. And the bigger the can, though, obviously, the less the fart was worth.
Yes. Oh, because it's not as concentrated.
It's
it
not-
hasn't.
yes.
It's not as close to critical mass.
If there's no condensation on the inside of the jar. Oh. So
This has been another episode of
man, has it ever? This patent dealership was right in front of the city morgue. Go figure. And Peitzel hung a sheet of muslin that read, "B.F. Perry Patents bought and sold," outside the building to make it look legitimate. Why do you need to make a patent dealership look legitimate? Couldn't you just fucking deal in patents on the side?
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a tough business to keep afloat.
No. Like, hey, we have a patent. Cool. I'll buy it. All right.
Sure,
Hey,
whatever.
Hey, you got any patents? Oh, I got this one here. Oh, cool. I'll buy it.
Cool, keeps my murders from being
Yeah.
discovered.
Done. Then it's not even a fake thing. It's just something that you have to do every once in a while. Because how busy could a fucking patent office be?
And it'll probably still make you money, maybe. Probably not.
Probably not.
You're not known patent office.
Yeah, probably not. So, patent-seeking carpenter named Eugene Smith, who, by the way, wins the biggest prize of the show, which is easy, regular fucking name.
Widest name in the world award goes to
Eugene Smith. I've come to the office in September of 1894 looking for the man that I assume was named Perry. Well, guess what? No one was in, but the door was open
Uh-oh.
because... Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. 3 seconds of silence. Waiting for the perfect time.
So a book says that he hallooed several times, but didn't get a response.
That does say hello.
He went full fucking Mrs. Doubtfire on him. Hello. There's just no I wouldn't respond. If somebody just walked into my office and went, hello, I'd fucking slink into my chair, dude.
Yeah,
I would huddle in the fetal position at the lowest point in my chair.
I would yell, I've already called the police. Get out of here.
Sir, you're under arrest.
And have you tried our new sizzling hot skillets?
Have you tried sodomy?
Wow, man. Wow.
Because prison.
No, I was talking about Chili's.
Yeah. There's sodomy there, too.
I'm sure. I've eaten there before.
Tastes like sodomy.
So when Smith went upstairs, which he's a fucking busybody, and he shouldn't have just gone upstairs in a fucking business establishment, it is known that unless you can see there are more comic books in the upstairs section, that you stay on the fucking bottom floor of the goddamn comic book shop.
And even if you can clearly see that there are more comics on the second story, you still ask,
Yeah.
hey, do
Is
you
it
have
cool?
comics on the second floor?
Is it cool to go upstairs? Because upstairs is usually off limits, usually most of the time, but is it cool?
And they're like, yeah, and then you go. Or they're like, no, and they shoot you.
Yeah, and really, you don't even want to go up there because that's where they sell like all the
hentai.
like the Casper comics. No, man, that's where the shit is. Like
Yeah, like the
Richie
Looney Tunes
Rich
comics
and oh man, just man, Superman.
I've got I've got a bunch of like late 40s, early 50s comics.
Like comedians, yeah, in their late 40s and early 50s.
No, comedians that were born in the late 40s, early 50s.
Oh, all right.
Which is I don't
Like
know.
Norm Macdonald, probably. I like him. He's fun.
Oh God.
Remind me when we're done. I have all that art to lend you.
Yes.
Okay. And it's
I like art.
It's comic book art, guys. It's not like tasteful nudes or nothing. That's
Not like your friend over on the West.
That's for the second anniversary of our show together. So he's at this fake fucking patent dealership, right? And a carpenter comes in, Eugene Smith, as we said, and he's like, "Hey, hello, you remember?" Hello. And then he went upstairs, and then his gaze, he coughed. His gaze met with a sight that chilled his blood. It was a man lying on his back, his face disfigured beyond recognition by decomposition and burning. It seemed there had been some kind of explosion, and the rigid body was singed on one side, including half his mustache.
The man said to himself, clearly a victim of the Rikishi stink face.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Whatever yourself, bitch. Asshole. There was, according to Geyer's book, which we are reading passages from right now, a considerable quantity of fluid spreading out for more than a foot around the body. See, I'm thinking, right, and hear me out, spontaneous combustion, but only on the half side, and then it also originated from the mustache. What do you think?
Yeah.
No, like, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay. Well, because that's what happened. It says here next. No, wait, it doesn't say.
Oh, shit.
So I did smoke in a little break there.
Oh, no.
The only person who knew the true identity of the corpse was H.H. Holmes himself. And he was more than happy to come forward to identify it as old Benny Peitzel. That's right. The guy that we get money for if he's dead, right? He even brought Peitzel's daughter, Alice, with him from St. Louis to seal the deal. Peitzel's wife, Carrie, still believed it was all a scheme and that Ben was just hiding out somewhere and waiting for her. In his confession, Holmes said that he'd been planning to kill Peitzel from the moment he'd met him, which is how James and I met, actually. And that everything he did with the man for 7 years led up to that very moment. That is a long con. You meet someone, you befriend them, you bring them into your home and life, you are invited into theirs. And every second of every interaction for 7 years with this person is all in preparation for murdering them.
Dude, I get tired of my friends after like a few months, a year and a half tops.
I'm tired of you right this second. You've only been here for like 2 hours.
Dude, I've been tired of you since the 3rd episode we did together.
Oh, man.
We've been
That's
doing a lot of episodes.
Yeah, I know. Such a long-term investment, wrote Holmes, furnishes a very striking illustration of the vagaries, whatever, in
What?
the vagaries.
The vagaries?
No, vagaries.
The vagaries.
Whatever. In which the human mind will, under certain circumstances, indulge. And
In the vagaries.
in the vagaries. And compares the anticipation of Peitzel's murder to the seeking of buried treasure at the rainbow's end.
What the fuck?
You pompous fucking mustachioed twit. I hate you. The reality of Peitzel's death was far worse than what Eugene Smith even saw, though. Holmes wrote in his confession that he went to 1316 Callow Hill and found Peitzel drunk and passed out, as he had expected, which is kind of a dick thing to be like, man, I'm going to get there and he's just going to be drunk and passed out, because that's how he always is. That's old Peitzy.
Fucking loser.
What an ass. I'm going to murder him.
Yeah, dumb bitch.
Horribly murder him.
In the face. In your sphincter.
You got it that time. All up in your sphincter. Holmes had earlier forged a series of hurtful letters from Peitzel's wife, of course, which caused Peitzel to start drinking. All part of the plan. When part of your plan is writing scornful letters from your friend's wife to your friend, in hopes that he becomes a hopeless alcoholic, is fucking insane.
Dude, that's like some video game side quest shit.
Oh, man. Oh.
Deliver this letter to my husband in hopes that he will become an alcoholic and I can leave him.
And that way.
Thank you. Here's $50 and 200 experience.
Man, that's a shitty fucking payout for that shit. You're ruining a man's life.
It's an early game quest.
Yeah, and he really was a terrible man.
Yeah.
He bound Peitzel's hands and feet, and then he wrote, I proceeded to burn him alive by saturating his clothing and his face with benzene and igniting it with a match. So horrible was this torture that in writing of it, I've been tempted to attribute his death to some humane means, not with a wish to spare myself, but because I fear that it will not be believed that one could be so heartless and depraved. He's got like a huge boner while he's doing this, right? Like,
dude, these are Kanye West lyrics.
Man, Kanye. We knew
How
it.
could you be heartless and depraved?
And burn that guy to death with his kids.
How could you be so heartless?
Yeah, it's a terrible song. And
What? That's a great fucking song.
It's a stupid song.
I
from a
love
stupid,
that song.
Stupid
Fuck
man.
you. Fuck you.
I
Fuck
hate-
you.
Hey, man. Hey.
I'm sorry.
Hey. Hey. Fuck you. After he collected the money, Holmes went to St. Louis and convinced Peitzel's widow to lay low, too. He offered to place her children with his cousin, whom he called Minnie Williams, a wink wink and a nudge nudge, until she and Ben could come out of hiding. This guy, Gary, writes, through the man's unimaginable powers of persuasion, Carrie agreed to surrender 2 more of her children.
What?
There was no pragmatic reason for Holmes to take the children, but as he wrote in his confession, he chose Peitzel as a victim even before I knew he had family who would later afford me additional victims for the gratification of my bloodthirstiness. And
So it is confirmed that he is just doing this for fun.
He's
He's just doing this because he wants to.
Fun and profit. Fun and profit, absolutely.
I mean that's true. But he's saying himself that he has a bloodthirst, not specifically. Oh, this is to fund my business. This is because I'm fucking bloodthirsty.
No, he's not saying. Oh,
Booga,
I can't.
booga, booga, booga.
I can't stand the sight of blood, but I just gotta have the bodies, man.
He's like, nah, this shit's pretty tight.
Yeah, he's like, man, you ever just like Like, I know, like, everybody gets a boner when they kill the person, but, like, you ever just take some of that blood and, like, actually use it as lubrication for your boner, man?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, man, that's the sweet spot. Where's everybody going? Come on, I bought the whole table of bloomin' onion.
I brought the whole table a bucket of blood.
to
A lube.
to dip this bloomin' onion in. And so began the horrible journey of Alice, Nellie, and Howard Peitzel. And thus ends the very first in a series of maybe even 2 episodes of the abominable Mr. Mudgett Man. Mr. Mudgett Man. What do you think of Mr. H.H. Holmes, buddy?
Pretty cool.
I like the guy, though, right?
Yeah, I like his style. I like his vision as far as the castle. I'd probably like to explore some of these kill rooms. I feel like it'd be a good time.
Oh, it no longer exists.
Oh, did they tear it down?
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because people were horribly fucking murdered there.
So?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Is fair. I guess.
It's a building. It's not the building's fucking fault.
I actually believe that it was. I think it was the building's fault.
This is the fucking monster house.
That building,
and the house is controlled by the ghost of a fat woman that fell in and got covered in cement.
That building knew what it was doing by dressing like that and walking down the street alone, and I think that building wanted it.
I said what I said.
Who say I say? Where do I have it? Just still, you don't.
I don't get it.
Man, Frankie and Johnny's. It was
Just try thinking of newer references.
my brain is stuck where it's stuck.
Maybe don't pick the oldest ones you can remember.
New stuff is boring, and so is old stuff. Life is boring, James.
You
That's
know
why
what?
you have to find the joys in the simple things.
That's why I started gardening.
You know, you keep bringing up gardening like you want me to ask you about it, and I'm not gonna.
I want you to come over and garden with me.
That shit certainly ain't happening.
Come and garden with me, bro.
No.
Bro, come cut open some peppers with me. Dry them out in the sun for a couple of days. We can go and plant them. Get a nice little row going. You know, I think I told you this earlier. Okra is in season. Y'all, if y'all are in the gardening, plant some okra now. That shit'll get real big and bloom and be real beautiful. You can fry it. You can stew it. You can pickle it. You can do one of those 3 things I just gave you. That's 3 ways to cook one thing. That should be good enough for you. It's not an egg.
Oh,
It doesn't need 200 million ways of cooking it.
It's not shrimp, where there's many more ways. You can butterfly it. You can
Have it not butterflied. You have it with a tail, without a tail,
Yeah, that's probably it too, actually.
fried and not fried.
Are you sure?
No, all you can do is fry it, actually. That's all I know.
So, that was James's green thumb corner. And the reason my thumb is green and I'm James is because I stick it up butts.
That or green.
No, the butt's not green. The stuff inside of it is.
UFOs, conspiracy, and Moida.
Well, I actually wanted to read, to bring us out on this wonderful episode, a letter to Carrie Peitzel from Alice Peitzel.
Go ahead.
Dated
I give you permission.
September 20th, 1894.
That's a while ago.
Just arrived Philadelphia this morning. I am going to the morgue after a while. We stopped off at Washington this morning, and that made it 6 times that we transferred to different cars. Mr. H says I will have a ride on the ocean. I wish you could see what I have seen. I have seen more scenery than I have seen since I was born. You had better not write. You had better not write to me here, for Mr. H says that I may be off tomorrow. And what that tells me is that Alice Peitzel was horrible at English.
You had better not write me here, for Mr. H says that I may be off tomorrow.
I have seen more scenery than I have seen since I was born.
Is this how random? God, this is terrible.
I think that it's code. I think she's screaming for help.
I've seen more scenery than I have seen since I was born, you see.
Just arrived Philadelphia this morning. I'm going to the morgue after a while.
Was this is this one of these like AI creates a series of love letters?
This is
AI creates lyrics to a Travis Scott song.
This is a chatbot. Yes.
This is fucking
essentially what that is.
This is what. Oh god, what was that big chatbot that was big for a while?
I honestly don't remember.
Eve.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't remember.
You know what I'm talking about,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
with the girl that would make the different faces and shit.
And then she'd be like,
all she would say was the N-word.
And she'd be like, so you came here to have sex with a 12-year-old girl, huh? Hi, I'm Chris. What's his name? Chris
Hansen.
Chris Hansen.
And then he'd be like, no, what chatbot? I don't do that.
I'm like,
and she'd say, I had sex with your mom.
And you'd be like, and you have that your back seat's full of wine coolers and condoms.
And if you don't understand why, it's because she learns from the people that use her. And the people that use her are on the internet.
Nazi scumbags, yeah. Nazi scumbags, they all are. Anyway, I hope this episode has been as entertaining and as informal and informing even than I don't know, than a cupcake that you find on the ground.
This has been another Nazi scumbag episode
of See No, Hear No, Speak No.
The UFOs, conspiracies, and Moida.
And Moida.
And the show that you can contact us at SNNHPOD@gmail.com.
Man.
Or comment on Podbean.
Praise him.
I almost forgot the pod at the end.
I noticed. I was like, he's about to say another S or something after that end.
I was just about to go straight to the Gmail. See no, hear no, speak no at Gmail.
So, we will see you, probably never because this is an audio format, but we will talk into your ears again next week-ish.
When maybe Chris will be here? Maybe not.
Or maybe Chris has found so many crystals that he has no need for us again. Countdown. 3 crystals, 2 crystals, 1 crystals, go.
Bye.
That's the theme song to my new American anime. It's 3 crystals, 2 crystals, 1 crystals, go. That's the name of the show too.
Right in your sphincter.
All up in your sphincter. Chris is gonna be jealous of that one. Bye, kids.
Bye.